Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Invincible. We're now into episode 3, which is called something about being ugly. Who you calling ugly? There we go. I knew ugly was in the title somewhere. So yes, first 2 episodes were really, really good and shocking in their own ways. Episode 2 had us witnessing Invincible really trying to get a hold of his powers and figure out kind of where he belongs now that he's kind of joining the whole super world. We saw this alien country come in, alien planet come in and seemingly try to take over, but keep getting thwarted, but kind of leveling up every time they came back, which is a very interesting scenario, but very realistic. And in the end, unfortunately, we saw that Invincible and his new friends were not quite able to keep up, but his dad, who had been in a coma and recovering up until that point, did come and save the day. But then we saw, again, a big chunk of that dark side that I talked about back in the premiere. He just basically wiped out potentially an entire planet, an entire race of aliens. Like, he basically probably committed genocide. And that's a bit of an extreme response when potentially only that particular commander and his military were responsible. So we're going to jump into this episode, but before we do, you know the drill. If you've been here before and you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I do more reactions to this show, as well as a lot of the other type of geeky, comic-y things that I like to do here on this channel. So please, if you'd like to join the family, we would love to have you. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's jump into the episode right about now.
I've fought the unimaginable.
I like that, the animation of him being on camera.
But it was the Guardians who welcomed me when I first arrived on this planet.
Gross.
They were my mentors.
Lies.
My comrades.
Slander.
My friends.
Garbage.
To the Guardians of the Globe, it means that none of us are...
I love the way they do that.
I'm feeling pizza. I can be to Naples and back before the cheese stops.
What a dick.
Honey?
I'm not so easy to kill.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's what Red Rush told Olga.
Hey, he could run fast, okay? It's not exactly one of your premier superpowers.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I mean that.
You did.
Mark and I...
Ma'am, you have to know there's something wrong with the fact that he was just disparaging a dead man.
Finals are coming up and we're both in Miss Walker's Global Issues class. Maybe we can go over everything together?
A study
date? Okay.
Well, okay.
Are you cheating? You're cheating with her boyfriend, and you probably duplicated yourself to make it some creepy threesome.
The funeral.
Just wait a second.
Don't even. Oh, God.
Knew it!
Are you kidding me?
I knew he was that kind of freak.
I can't believe this.
It's the crowning achievement of any Crusader's career to be selected for the new Guardians of the Globe.
Really? Because they're dead.
Again, why you...
Maybe you should all be independent. Ew. Peck flexing does not save the world, honey. Good girl. Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark. Sir, I want to just say it. You need a wax job. What is it with this show and vomit? It's so gross.
Monster Girl.
Shut up.
Oh, look at her. She's adorable.
Please punch him in the balls. Look at everyone like, keep talking.
I don't know, you're here. Isn't there a dick size requirement? Your tiny dick.
Love her!
The way you've been strutting around here, you must be compensating for something.
Decimated you and she didn't even have to use her powers. Her name's Monster Girl, you idiot.
This is my tryout.
Oh, she's the Hulk! Yes!
Now that's adorable.
Why's that smile?
I love her!
Is this okay?
He asked for it.
It's true. He could have just kept his mouth shut.
I said enough!
You punched a girl! What's wrong with you?
That little girl.
Oh, as I was saying.
Just resume like nothing happened.
I don't know you yet, So I'm gonna assume that was a joke, and I
Right?
could beat your ass until all you wanna do is call me dad again.
Woo! The dialogue in this episode is on point!
Whenever I transform, I get younger. It's part of the curse that gives me my powers. I don't look it, but I'm 24 years old. 3 exercises a day are too much for me.
I didn't, of course.
Why would you not know this or express this before you auditioned, ma'am?
No relationship.
It's kind of a huge caveat.
Guys who are into
You're pathetic, you murderer.
William said I should read it to show.
Thank you for being honest.
Interesting, and I will.
You mind if I borrow it? I mean, just to show you that I'm interested.
Yeah.
Well played.
Public in danger. Eve's already en route.
Here, so we can talk on the go.
Eve's gonna be there?
Or did that just sweeten the deal?
What? No.
Please let Amber go home.
Where is this?
Please don't waste her time.
Have fun, kids. And try to remember, it's a national treasure down there.
Yeah, you might as well not have invited Invincible though, because literally he damages everything.
They were oppressors,
They were.
racists, slave owners.
Facts.
I give you a new god worthy of worship. Bow before dark side.
Well, no, you didn't make it any better.
Great emancipator. He'll emancipate you from your lives.
That's not what emancipation means. Its flight pattern's so chaotic, I love it.
I mean, look at the costume they've got you in. Talk about pandering to gender roles.
I designed
Facts.
my own costume, and I thought your doctor was in seismology.
Undergrad in sociology and women's studies. Politics.
Oh, that's great. Ma'am, you can fly. Get off the ground. What are you doing? Whoa, he went down to the magma, bitch. Good thinking on your feet. No, let him fall into his own magma. That would have been so poetic. I think even he would have agreed on his way down. I told you he wanted to be poetical. Oh, snap!
That's the tricky part of the job. Balancing what you want to do with what you need to do. Remember, you're not just a superhero.
Dude! I just said someone's waiting!
So what now? I finished all the review questions while you were off saving the world.
She says, half jokingly.
Hey, don't forget, I just took down a freaking kaiju.
No one cares!
Your husband's a badass.
Yeah, well, you're not
No, just bad.
in this family.
He was a jerk, ma'am. I mean, slightly good looking, but a douche. And I think he knew that long before he cheated.
Surprise!
No.
You know I love you.
Gross.
But that wasn't an apology, Rex.
Give me a do-over. Just this one time.
Nope.
I'll be better.
Don't do it.
I promise.
Don't do it, girl.
Good luck with the new team, Rex.
You know, use your dick, don't be one.
Good for you, Mark.
Well, at last, though. I feel sorry for Amber. I feel like she's just like the default. Ooh, another duplicate. Oh, that's just hurtful. As someone who's been cramped in the backseat of really small cars, I can empathize with that monster.
Thursday. Chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot, chicken pot, chicken pot pie.
Shit.
Oh, sorry, Pete.
Oh, sorry, Pete, indeed. So who did that? This man's just in bliss. I've been there when something tastes that good. But why did they get let go? Although someone did send them to go to the presidency, the president in the first episode. I forgot about that. Bye, stormtroopers, and remember that they're bulletproof. But yeah, keep shooting.
benefactors.
Clearly. But why would you break out the dumbest twins that they have in that place? Wow. You did a clone like that?
You get my team ready for the deep end yet?
We still have work to do, but I feel confident in the progress we've made today.
I don't think so. Your team couldn't even, like, talk to each other. Why would you put them... Okay. I was wondering why they picked the dumb ones. Oh, we're not done. Hold on.
Didn't mean to scare.
What are you doing in my house?
Why are you screaming?
Seeking information. Husband told you nothing. Not a whisper to soothe your fears.
Interesting.
No, he didn't see anything.
You alright? Thought I heard something.
No. Nothing. Good night. He knows. Oh, the plot thickens. I'm really, really happy to see that they're getting the wife to start being suspicious. Like I said in the last episode, I think she's already starting to pick up that there's things a little bit off with her hubby dearest, but I would love if this demon detective could at least get her on the right track. I have no doubt he's going to die. If you can kill a demon, I'm pretty sure that Omni-Man is going to do it, because Nolan is, you can see it every episode so far. I've noticed he's becoming shorter and shorter tempered, and less of the veneer is out there as far as him being this good old-fashioned hero. So I do hope that at the very least that he's able to put Deborah on the right path to start, because I feel like she's the best person to get the truth, in the sense of, at the moment, Nolan has his guard down around her, and I think she's the last person he would suspect of looking into him as being anything other than what he tells her to be. Interesting episode in the sense of this new team, these new Guardians. I have to say, based on what I saw of the old Guardians, they're already not the greatest picks. We've got a girl who, yes, is super powerful, but literally de-ages every single time she hulks out. We can't have that. That's just not a great option, unfortunately. We've got that. We've got what's his name with the fireworks there and then the explosions. I mean, yes, he's somewhat good, but he's arrogant and he's cocky and he doesn't think he has anything to learn, which does not make him a good team player. Just because his current team is put up with it doesn't mean that it makes him a good superhero. Yes, the duplicate chick is all right, but we've already seen that, like, most of the time all I saw was that her clones were getting destroyed. Like, I don't know how great she is otherwise, but, you know, again, I feel like compared to whatever we saw was in that jail, that one seemed like it was doing a lot better than her, because it looks like she can only do 2 clones at a time, whereas the dude in that cell looked like he had about 7 or 8 of them in there. The dude who has no powers, or lost his powers, I'm very interested in him. Great asset. It's pretty sad that no one's looking at him, that even though maybe he doesn't have powers like the rest of them, he's got the battle experience, which is invaluable. You'd think they'd be looking for more information. So, yeah, this new team, I feel like I have to agree with Omni-Man the Murderer that they are pathetic. At this point, they would be wiped out by a decent villain. So, yeah, these new Guardians are not going well, but I know that the main reason maybe that it is this way is because we saw that whoever that director is, I keep forgetting his name with the skull face, he clearly wants Mark, right? He knows that if he can have someone who has Nolan's abilities, or at least damn close to them, but someone he can control, that's basically the ultimate goal. Because as we heard in this episode, apparently he's been trying to get Nolan to officially join the group for a while, and he refused. It was very contradictory to what we heard at the funeral, where Nolan said that, oh, they welcomed me when I first came to this planet, and they made me feel like I belonged, but he didn't want to join the group. Why? Why didn't he want to be a joiner? And I think it all comes back to what he said about being, when he came from Viltrum, he was the sole protector of Earth. I think he saw them as competition, potentially, that he didn't like maybe that people relied on them and not just him, you know, like an ego stroke, so to speak. And so he just decided, let me just take out the competition in one fell swoop. so that all they have is me. Like, even that last line he said at the podium, like, who's going to protect this world without me, or without the Guardians? Oh, I guess it'll be me. Oh, and whoever comes after me, right? Like, kind of as an afterthought. So there could be a jealousy thing going on. I'd hate to think that the reason he did all this was for something so petty, but we're learning more and more about our boy Nolan as the show goes on here. But yeah, which actually I might as well just talk about the funeral really quickly. Yeah, again, showing his true colors in the, not so much at the funeral. He put on the perfect little act there. But afterwards, when he literally got in the door 2 seconds and he's like, okay, I'm thinking pizza. Let me just go to Naples and buy some and let's just act like nothing happened. And like everyone else is like, dude, we put people in the ground today. Like, what do you mean? These are supposed to be your friends. And remember, his wife said, these were your friends. And he corrected her by saying coworkers, detaching himself from them. So my theory is, I think my theory that I was hoping wasn't true, but is that he does remember that what he did was on purpose. And he is clearly trying to make it seem like, not even seem like he just doesn't care. It doesn't affect him in the least. He cares not that they're gone. And he's actually a little mad that people are still upset about it a whole 2 minutes after it happened. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what his angle is. I don't know if with Mark, because Mark is going to be the only person at this rate who's going to even come close to him as far as all of his abilities. And if Mark gets to a place potentially where people start to look at him and maybe revere him more than his dad, that could mean bad news for our boy Mark. And this is why I want Deborah to start really opening her eyes and questioning exactly what kind of a man she's really married to. And again, I don't know if he's always been this way or if this is something that has eventually started to happen, because there is always the idea that someone who's so powerful and so strong and kind of godlike on a planet like Earth might start to let it get to his head and feel like he should be revered and treated like a god, and get very jealous of anyone who might take away from his glory. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that's maybe what happened or if there's always been a greater plan in place. Outside of that, we just had a little bit of the drama going on with Mark in his personal life versus his professional life. Adam Eve is now single. Her dickhead of a boyfriend made that 100% clear. And I'm not surprised. I was like, I feel like they're going to do a love triangle, which I really don't feel like this show needs. I mean, Mark's character is barely 17 or almost 18. Like, he doesn't need this. We don't need to have a love triangle. But anyway, so she's technically single now. But Mark, I don't know. The Amber thing, like I said, I like Amber. I like that she's smart. I like that she's direct. I like that Mark seems like he feels like he can really be who he is outside of the suit with her. But it's kind of clear that he's got a bigger crush on Eve at the moment. And I don't know if that's just because of her persona and who she represents versus who she is as a person, because I don't even think he knows who she is as a person yet. It's really all kind of a little bit of fan worship going on, but I'm just never a fan of when people use people, you know what I mean? It kind of feels like right now he's kind of using Amber because Amber's there, but Eve's like the one he wants. Like, I feel like if he had been alone tonight, that he would be making out with Eve instead, if that makes sense. Now again, the kid's 17, so I mean, it's not like he needs to be settling down with nobody at this point. These are the years you're supposed to mess around, I suppose, but yeah, like I said, I just don't like the idea of like Amber just being like sloppy seconds or like somebody that he's just with if he can't be with Eve. So I'm really hoping that she puts her foot down, that if she picks up on him trying to play the field, that she just tells him, look, if you want to be with your little girlfriend, go do that, but leave me out of it. I shot my shot. If it's not landing, then that's what it is. Because my girl, she can take care of herself, okay? She's a badass. She's smart. She don't need to be chasing after a boy whether or not he is a superhero, which she clearly, well, I shouldn't say clearly. We don't know if she doesn't know yet, but I feel like there's more to Amber's story. The fact that we're bringing her in this much, I can't think that it's just for a romantic interest for Mark. I don't know. I think there might be a little bit of a plot twist with her. I would be really, really happy if it turned out to be something fun, like she's a villain's daughter or something like that. Because I always love stories like that, where maybe it's a bit of a thing where they shouldn't be together because she's a villain's kid and she should want to take Omni-Man and his son down, and instead she ends up falling for the kid. That'd be a lot of fun. But We'll have to see. She might actually just end up being extraneous. We'll have to see how it all goes. But how did you feel about this episode? Please leave your comments below. I love reading them and getting involved in this conversation with you. And thank you for all the hints and good information you guys have been giving me so far. And if you like this video, guys, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more from this geeky face, please click subscribe. Until next time, see ya!